Basil, how are we doing this week, sir?
Very good, very good. How are you, man? Still in Romania?
Still in Romania, still home. Yeah, indeed, watching good films as every week, as we agreed.
Yeah.
We've got Dark Waters this week on Prime Video. Different film, very good film. It's about is the true story of this corporate lawyer in the US called Rob, I believe.
Yeah.
Rob Billet or something like that.
Yeah.
He actually took on he's played by Mark Ruffalo, which we like. He took on like an environmental case against a big company, DuPont, big corporation, which actually it turns out that it has a history of polluting the waters in a small town, in his own hometown, the river in his own hometown. Even though the Mark Ruffalo's character is actually a corporate lawyer, so his company of lawyers works to protect these companies. And what follows is a really, really both uphill battle, but also a struggle, for his family and the society, and it has a shocking ending from my point of view, to be honest. But what did you thought of it?
I thought it was fantastic. I mean, if you look at it from a narrative point of view, it's great to see him slowly becoming like who he's representing as a farmer who's been affected by this chemicals company. And at the start of the film, he's essentially working for the chemicals company by representing them in the court of law. And this farmer comes in, crazy guy. You just think, oh, he's a hillbilly or something. Why listen to him? And then you see the transgression from Mark Ruffalo just kind of working for these major corporations to him actually representing this guy, because it's so clear the damage that this chemical company, DuPont, is actually doing to the farmer's land and the farmer's health himself. He actually turns out that he's getting ill because of these chemicals. And then throughout the film, you realise that Mark discovers that it's a lot worse problem than just a farm in a state in America somewhere. And he dedicates his whole life to it, pretty much, man. As you say, it even affects his family life. And that's the very, very well articulated in the film, how it's destroying his own family because of his passion for the case. He's almost like an artist at that point. He can't live a normal life,
Yeah, the fact that he gets turned, like it's called, so from one side to the other, and he knows what that means, and he knows what the struggle it will be for him to fight against these big companies, because he's been there himself, like he's been on the other side, so he knows how much power these companies have to put into a case, and he still does it. It's just admirable, but what's at stake is unbelievable. Without spoiling it, it's just like
affects the whole world, pretty much.
Affects the whole world. We're not talking just about the companies in the US, but this is a corporation that sells
worldwide,
everywhere.
And also
everywhere. There's no country that they don't sell to.
What I liked is in the beginning, in the first 45 minutes of the film, there's quite a union between him as a lawyer, friendly, if you can call it that, friendly suing the chemicals company, and he's staying within his bounds, he's asking all the right questions, and then as soon as he starts to, step out of line a little bit, you can see how aggressive the DuPont chemical company suddenly turns, and you think, well, that just confirms that they're doing something wrong, because it was all nicey, and then Mark, or Rob in the film, started asking the right questions, and it just suddenly took this turn of, okay, mate, you've said too much, shut your mouth now. And it was so clear, wasn't it? And it was great, yeah.
And also the film, I don't know if you remember, in the beginning of the film, well, when he decides to visit his hometown, because this farmer lives in his own town, so he decides to go back, and I think the film keeps this across the whole of it. It's like something is rotten underneath, because he drives down the roads of his hometown, and he sees this girl on a bike. He sees this chap in a wheelchair with a dog, and it feels like it sounds very nice. The girl is happy. It sounds like it's all nice and well. However, the dog has some of its skin missing, and the girl has her teeth are all wrong, and you're thinking, oh, what's going on there? And that's what he sees when he first goes on, and from there it evolves, and he finds out, and he gets into this case. It's really good. But so you would watch it again, would it? And you would definitely recommend it.
I would actually watch it again.
As many people as possible to see.
Yeah. I mean, as I said to you before we started filming it, I almost think it was like a documentary. Like if you're into your documentaries, about life and something that affects all of us. Like, you can watch this film quite happily and just be blown away by the great acting and the great script and whatnot. So if you're into your documentaries, watch this. And also, if you just like a good movie and Mark Ruffalo showing his finest role, like, just watch it as well, because if you're not amazed by this, then you're just not interested in any world events ever, really. You know, it's something that we can all look at and go, Jesus Christ, this is happening in the world. And what else is going, what other antics are massive corporations getting away with? I'll 100% watch it again.
To mention also, maybe not coincidentally, the director of this film is the director of Wonderstruck, which we've made.
And that was two good films now. Two good films now, so that's good. So next up is the best scene, the scene that sums up the film, which is spoiler heavy. So please go and stop it and stop the clip if you want to watch the film. We do want to recommend this, so please go and watch it and come back to see what ours was. What was your favorite scene? There's quite a few that you could choose from here, actually. Spoiled for choice, but for me, I think it was when Rob's character is in a meeting room with the rest of his lawyer partners. There must be about 15 or 16 around a table, and they're all discussing his case, which is to sue the DuPont chemical company, and pretty much it's a one-sided battle. Everyone's saying that Rob's doing the wrong thing because this law firm is so close and attached to the DuPont chemical company that it would look bad for them to sue that company. Rob's trying to defend his case, and then his boss just steps in for him and says what we all want to hear, which is it's the most American thing you can do, and especially as an American lawyer, to stand up for the little guy and sue the big corporation, and that anyone who's disagreeing right now has just completely lost their way in terms of morality. And it's like, from that point in the film, it was just all Rob, a one-man band, and no one was helping him. And then when his own boss for the law firm stands up for him and says that, you almost want to punch into the air and be like, yes, this is what we all want to hear. This is completely true, man. Someone's actually got some balls. Someone's actually got some care in the world, and they're standing up for Rob.
Somebody didn't forget what they were supposed to
do. They haven't
forgot
the way. They haven't forgot their way.
You've got the law. As lawyer, all of the laws are your power because you know them so well and you know which one to apply. To win.
Lawyers almost are like police officers.
Sometimes you forget that power just makes you forget what you're fighting for, what you're supposed to be, a human being and help the people that need help, which is exactly correlates with my favorite scene when Anne Hathaway in the hospital meets with the boss and she just says, look, all my husband is trying to do is just help the little guy, is just be a human being. So what's so wrong with that? Why is everybody being afraid of fighting for your human fellow, basically? And that's just
and Hathaway really showed her skills in that scene, because as you said before, absolutely. It's not the best film for her. It's like she didn't really get many opportunities to show her acting prowess, but in that scene she did.
She nailed it.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
So it's called Dark Waters. Is on Prime Video. Is Mark Ruffalo, Anne Hathaway and Tim Robbins in it. Really good film. And thank you, Basil, and we'll talk next week.
Cheers, Alex. Bye.
Cheers, man.